Hi, I'm 7 Foot Geek, and this is The View from the Clouds. Today is Monday, January the 18th, 2016. Today I'm going to talk about martial arts. I'm not going to talk about my art, even though I love my art, and I could talk about Hapkido for a really long time. But I'm not going to do that today. Instead, I'm going to pose a question for you, and that is, what martial art is best? What is the best martial art in the world? Now, this question comes from a discussion that I've had on numerous occasions with people who are curious about martial arts, who have heard me talk about my club and my experiences, and ask me the question, I think I want to get into martial arts. What should I do? What's right for me? What's the best place for me to go? And the reality is that there is no clear answer. You have to understand who me is. Are you the type of person that looked at the Cobra Kai dojo from the Karate Kid and said, yeah, they were the bad guys, but overall it was a very good environment for learning? That sort of disciplinarian environment has been statistically shown to be effective with 5% of the population. That means that 5% of the population is going to thrive in that kind of environment. And who are we to say that they shouldn't have it? Maybe you need something a little gentler, something that's a little softer. Even Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid wasn't exactly a delicate teacher. He was still pretty harsh with Daniel-san. I don't have a quick example from media to explain that. That other position. But maybe you need something a little more understanding, a little more talky, a little less shouty. And that's fine too. What about your learning style? Learning styles are extremely important in any kind of teaching endeavor, and understanding the difference between them and how to create circumstances for your students is critically important. Are you an auditory learner? Do you need to hear someone talk so that you can process the information better? Maybe you're a visual learner where you need to see demonstrations repeatedly in order to understand what you're being asked of. Perhaps you're a tactile learner, which is the rarest and the most challenging to teach, where you need to feel it, what you're doing. In martial arts, that's a little easier because you can be thrown or observe or have a punch or kick thrown at you to feel what's going on. You can be guided through motions. So in that sense, the martial arts is good for tactile learners. So answering all of these questions for yourself will help you to understand where you would go. And sometimes you may end up places you wouldn't expect. Because in answering these questions, you may be drawn to an art that you wouldn't have thought of before. If you had watched The Karate Kid growing up, as I did, and thought, man, I really want to take karate, that's really cool. You may find that in your area, the karate dojos don't have the kind of environment that you do well in. That doesn't mean that there's no hope for you. That just means that they don't teach in the right way. You may find that there is a studio that teaches Tai Chi, and it's everything you want it to be. That's great. Go learn Tai Chi. Have a wonderful time, and you'll be able to redirect people and throw them in ways that seem to defy physics, even though it's all entirely based on the proper use of energy and motion. So, coming back to the original question, what's the difference then? And the fact of the matter is that there is not. There is no difference between any martial art because it is in the teaching of them that we become martial artists. Studying and practicing and learning all of these things, you're learning a martial art. You're learning how to do battle in a precise and measured fashion, in an artful way. And when you achieve mastery, whatever that may mean, you have done the same thing regardless of the art that you have done. You will have fundamentally changed how you look at the world. You will have inspired yourself to improve both your physical self and also how you approach the world. You will learn honor, respect, and discipline. And probably you'll learn what it's like to work yourself so hard that you can barely get yourself up off the ground. in the end, every single martial art will do these things. So it comes down to just learn. Don't worry about the what. Instead, focus on the journey and what other lessons outside of the club you're taking home because of your experiences. So I hope that's been some food for thought. If you like this video, please like or subscribe, share it with your friends. I've been 7 Foot Geek, and this is The View from the Clouds.